if you want to get rich in crypto, it's not going to be by buying like these top 10 altcoins. That's your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, XRP, Chainlink, Polkadot, etc. The way you're really going to make a lot of money in this industry is by diversifying into a lot of smaller chip projects. Now, everybody's going to be different, guys. And this is coming from somebody that makes multi six figures in this industry and has been in crypto for multiple cycles. So these are kind of the tips and the advice I can give if you're really trying to get into crypto to not necessarily get rich quick, but definitely make a decent amount of money. So tip number one, okay, if you are here just to kind of hedge yourself against inflation, to have a store of value that you want to appreciate for the longer term, that is going to be Bitcoin. That is what you're going to choose. Maybe some of your top 10 projects, and you're going to look to really just dollar cost average into those assets. But if you're someone that's more than likely 17 to 25 years old, which is a lot of my audience, it's younger investors that, are kind of just risking a little bit more. They're not too worried about getting a 401k or investing into these ETF funds and having a 30, 40, 50-year outlook on their investments and compounding that. They're looking to make a quick bag. So I follow something called a 50-25 VC strategy. And what that looks like is what you're going to do with 50% of your portfolio is put that into your blue chips. That is your Bitcoin. That is your Ethereum. That is your Chainlink. That is your Polygon Matic. It's really any of those projects you look at that say, hey, these are going to be here for the long term, your 5, 6, 7 years. And the whole goal of the rest of your portfolio is going to be simply trying to make the most amount of money, taking profits and moving it back into Bitcoin as that store of value. So with the next 25%, that's 50% of your portfolio. The next 25% is going to be diversifying into mid-cap projects. I really look at this. It used to be the top 100, then it used to be the top 200. Now it could be technically the top 300 to 400 projects as this industry matures. So I'm going to look for 5 to probably 10 of those projects. I imagine you're working with a few $1,000s here. And I'm going to diversify into multiple of those, specifically DEXs, those are decentralized exchanges, layer 2s, and new trending industries. Now, the last part, the VC strategy, okay, this is where you're probably going to make the most amount of money, but you're going to make the most amount of mistakes because it takes a lot of risk to actually obtain a large amount of reward. So, you got to get comfortable treating this like a VC. And what that means, guys, venture capitalists, when they invest, they expect, let's say they're investing into 10 projects, they're going to expect 5 to 6 of those to maybe either go to zero